U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has visited Taiwan. Her trip has sparked controversy, while China promising retaliatory measures. Why has Pelosi's move provoked such strong reactions from China? Despite objections from at home and abroad, the third most senior member of U.S. government, Nancy Pelosi, has made a trip to Taiwan. She's one of the highest-ranking American politicians to visit the island since her predecessor, Newt Gingrich, 25 years ago. The situation back then was a bit different. Speaker Gingrich, as a Republican, acted in opposition to then-President Bill Clinton, a Democrat. But both Speaker Pelosi and President Joe Biden are Democrats. She's a representative of the sitting U.S. government, ignoring the One China principle. The principle is universally recognized by the international community, and it is guided by provisions in the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques. These communiques are the foundation of the diplomatic ties between the two countries. To understand China's position, we have to look into history. After China's Civil War, the Republic of China, or ROC, was exiled to Taiwan in 1949. The same year, the People's Republic of China, PRC, was founded. In 1971, the UN voted to welcome the PRC as the only legitimate government of China. The ROC was no longer recognized. The historic change paved the foundation for the 3 joint communiques, which would ensure the bilateral relations between China and the U.S. The first joint communique was signed in 1972. In the document, the U.S. acknowledged that all Chinese on either side of the Taiwan Strait maintain there's only one China, and Taiwan is part of China. The second joint communique was published in 1978, which formally announced the commencement of normal relations between Washington and Beijing. In the document, the U.S. affirmed that the PRC was the legitimate government of China. The third joint communique was issued in 1982, when the U.S. stated that it did not seek a long-term policy of arms sales to Taiwan. Citing these agreements, Beijing has repeatedly said that the so-called official exchanges with Taiwan is not acceptable. When President Xi Jinping spoke with President Joe Biden on July 28th, President Xi emphasized that the historical ins and outs of the Taiwan question are crystal clear. He said the U.S. should honor the One China principle and implement the 3 joint communiques both in word and in deed. China's defense ministry said the PLA would defeat any interference by foreign forces that attempt to separate Taiwan. Even President Biden echoed U.S. military officials, saying Pelosi's trip to Taiwan was not a good idea.
美方出于以台制华的战略，支持和纵容台独分裂势力，在台湾问题上不断蓄意地挑衅中国，步步紧逼中方的红线和底线。美台勾连挑衅在先，中方正当防卫在后。
This is not the first time China has warned it will act to protect its sovereignty and national security. As President Xi said to President Biden, those who play with fire will perish by it.